What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bailcast, and I'm Gio.
And I'm Gio.
Two Gios?
Yeah, the fuck? There can only be one of us.
Fine, I'm Bart.
I'm Bart.
What?
I don't know.
You fuck around too much, you know that?
Yeah, whatever.
You talk too much.
This little motherfucker told me that shit. Can you guys believe that? I was talking to Taika. I had actually bought him. So we had our company retreat. I didn't see him this weekend. He spent the weekend at my mom and my brother's house. So I'm at Costco buying food. We're all buying food for like the whole trip. And then I see these like really cool little cars that have like the Hulk, Batman, like all, is it Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay,
Captain Marvel,
yeah.
Iron Man.
So it has all these Marvel characters. There's probably like 8 cars. And I'm like, oh my God, Taika's going to love this. Okay, so then it's time for me to see Taika. I'm like, Taika, I have a surprise for you. And then he's like, yay. I show him the surprise. And then we start going through the names of all of them. And I'm trying to tell him that one of them is Captain America, I think. I forgot. Oh, Iron Man. He couldn't get Iron Man. I'm like, no, it's Iron Man. He goes, Mama, you talk too much. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? And I look at Bart because I'm like, help. And Bart's just trying to hold in his laugh. And I'm like, holy fuck, what do I do? It's so funny.
Well, it's because you told me to go through the same thing like 5 times.
It's not my fault he didn't say it.
And then I'm like, I agree with you, little guy. Mom does talk way too damn much.
You know I don't talk too much. That's one thing when you're like, when I smoke, you're like, yeah, you talk so much. Because I don't talk that much. This is the most we talk on this podcast. I think it's the most we talk.
Yeah,
we're
we
so
go home,
fucking exhausted.
We're in the car and it's like this.
We're quiet. I think because we both live in our own head.
We're head livers, huh?
We are. And we're like really highly satisfied.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever seek your attention. And I'm not like, please talk to me. It's more like,
I think it's
you
more
doing
like
the same thing I'm doing?
Go away from me.
Who, me? Yeah, I think I'm a cat, man. I'm highly independent. I like to be alone quite a bit.
That's cutie.
Yeah.
That's why you don't even mind when I'm not home, huh? And I'm out just doing things.
I mean, I miss you. I definitely miss your essence.
What the hell do you want?
What the hell you won't?
Yeah.
I miss your essence. I miss seeing you in the space. Like, I love having you nearby. I just don't necessarily need you.
So how many minutes or hours of a day do you need me?
When you do JK News on Saturdays when I don't go,
yeah,
that whole day I miss you like crazy.
Really?
I think the most I can do without you is probably like an hour.
Oh, because we know when I'm next to you watching TV, it seems like you can't wait for me to get away from you.
I just don't like feeling smothered because I'm claustrophobic.
So you would feel better if I watched TV in another room?
No. I like when you're there. I like seeing you. I like seeing you, hearing you.
But the minute I look at you and I start crawling on the couch towards you, you're like get away and you get underneath the covers.
I don't want it. I don't want it. You have to keep in mind.
So what the hell do you want?
Because you're isolating that.
What?
You know what I mean? Like you're isolating the snuggle fest, but you have to remember that I just spent like maybe 4 hours with this fucking toddler clawing and hanging on me and like sitting on my foot and making me carry him. So
and now it's my turn.
Right. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. How come
he gets to claw on you for 8 hours?
He got to me first. He got to me first and he's the baby. You're not a baby. So now when you want to do the exact same thing, I'm like, nah, dude, I'm tapped the fuck out. Like, give me some room to breathe. Like, I just got into my own space. Like, please let me just.
But I'm going to leave and go to the strip club with the boys then.
Yeah, go. What strip club are you going to? And what boys? We don't hang out with boys that love that shit.
Hell yeah. All my semi-truck driver homies.
You don't know any semi-truck drivers.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. The way you cut them off on the freeway shows like you don't know any.
I don't cut them off.
Yes, you do. I'm always like, why? You got to leave the semi. Yo, you guys have to leave the semi.
I always give them space.
No, you have to give them the fucking room on the freeway. I never will cut them off. I let them go. I'm the one that's always stopping because I just feel bad. They're like the big dinosaurs of the freeway. No one respects them. So I'm like, I got you.
I respect them. I always let them in. I always let them in. I'm like, I'm driving for leisure. These guys are driving for work. So I always let them in.
Anyway.
And they got the best brakes on the market.
Oh, thank God for that.
They go.
Oh, like bus drivers? That sounds like a bus driver.
Yeah.
So it's like the valves.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
That's it. That if you want, I'm gonna go strip club with the boys then.
No, I don't want anything. I'm just explaining why it's hard when you want to come and cuddle. Because like for you.
So how do we deal with this? Okay,
like
I'm a 0 to 100 person, right? It's all or nothing. Either I'm on top of you,
then nothing.
Snuggling
Clearly,
you,
there's
I'm outside of the house somewhere else.
There's no choice. You can't do that. You're just like me where we can't be apart from each other like that.
Yeah, but I told you I don't mind if you're climbing on my back and I'm gonna give you a piggyback right throughout my entire life.
That's cool. That's you. Awesome.
So for you,
that's awesome.
Then what do you want? You want me to pick? You want to?
You know what I want. I'm pretty direct with what I want. You don't have to guess.
What are you saying?
Literally, what I tell you, I'm like, no. I need my space.
So I'm gonna go to strip club then with the boys.
I don't know what you're trying to get at.
I'm trying to get at.
What's your goal here? What's your
goal?
My
goal is this. I don't know what to do. Do I lay on top of you?
No.
Or do I go to strip club with the boys?
So that's it.
I told you I'm black or white. I'm 100. I'm 0 100.
You're so fucking full of shit, and that you're. I don't know if this is a bit or if you're being serious.
I'm being semi-serious.
Cause you can't do shit without me. You're always like, "Do you want to go shooting with me?" And I'm like, "No, that's your thing."
I know.
Do you want to go here with me? And I'm like,
when I'm shooting, I'm just thinking about you and thinking about how much more fun it'd be for you.
So what part is being serious? That you want to go to a strip club?
No, the part that I just want to be on top of you more.
I'm sorry. It's just we're two different type of people, you know.
That brings me to the topic that I really want to talk about, which is what would you have done differently, knowing what you know now? You know.
Well, I would have moved out sooner.
Like what? Maybe even backtrack. You know, because everyone always talks about this, like.
Well, I don't have any control.
What would you tell your 10-year-old self or 15-year-old self, right? And then you don't know anything. So, you know, they always say like everything is 20/20 in hindsight, right? Like your vision's completely clear because okay, that's why things happen. So like how do you think what other choices would you have made growing up? Maybe even starting with like elementary school?
Well, I don't know that I want to go that far back.
Okay.
Just because I had no power. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have my own money.
Well, when did you start making choices? You didn't make. I made choices in elementary school.
I mean, we make choices as soon as we're born. You know what I mean? But But choices that I actually have control over, or that I can control its outcome, that's not until I have my own voice and my own ability to survive on my own.
Really?
So that's why for me, I wouldn't make any decisions. That also goes to show you I didn't really do much that I regret at that phase. So I think I would focus on high school geo.
Yeah.
And then mainly just like senior year geo, because that's when I'm already going to be legal and I can live on my own and do my own shit.
Start with that then. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I think I would move. I think I would move out a lot sooner.
Like 18?
No, not 18, but I think I would have really have stuck to my guns about wanting to study abroad. I couldn't do that because my parents didn't let me do that.
Yeah.
But
That's
I knew I was missing out on something very big.
That's huge, yeah.
Yeah, I just knew that. Luckily, my parents didn't make me go into the school district that I grew up in, because that was in the hood and it was just like really bad influences just around me. So I think I would have definitely been sucked into that world.
Yeah.
So lucky for me, my mom worked in a different school district that was more upper middle class. So because of that, I was really exposed to just a lot of different lifestyles where I'm like, oh shit, not everyone lives in like a small apartment, or not everyone lives in like a garage converted into a house. Like, oh fuck, not everyone parks their cars on the lawn. That's wild.
With people coming over every 5 minutes to pick up drugs from your neighbor.
Yeah. People don't have bars on their windows.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So that really...
You don't have to get pregnant when you're like 14 years old.
Yeah. So that really opened up my eyes to just, whoa, there's a whole nother world. And
where would you have studied abroad at? Like, did you have...
I wanted to go to Japan.
Oh.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to Japan. I've had thought about that when I was in... I think I was probably 19 or 20.
But what if you fall in love with another Asian guy?
Oh, that would have for sure happened.
Oh, man.
That would have for sure happened. So I would have pushed for that. I would have also pushed for me to get on the show, America's Next Top Model. Because I made it to the finals, but my parents were like, you ain't doing that shit.
Finals leading up to the show, right?
Yeah.
Like the auditioning process?
Yeah. So I made the first cut.
Yeah.
And then I was going into the second phase. I forgot how many phases there were, but yeah. I made the first cut, was going into the second one. And then they were like, okay, at this point, it's getting really serious. So you really have to sit down and like decide if you're down to put away 3 months of your life to film this show, or however long. I forgot now because this is forever ago.
Yeah.
And I had asked them about like if I can do it. And I'm like, it's going to all be controlled. Like, we're not going to be doing anything crazy. But they were just so against it and so traditional. What do you think
their insecurity was?
I think the first one is just safety, right? Like, they want to make sure that I'm safe, because they're like, what does she know? She's like a dumb kid. Like, She's so naive. She's going to get screwed over somehow. And it was a fast lifestyle. So they're like modeling, entertainment.
Yeah,
that's
the glitz, the glamour.
You're going to grow up way too fast.
You're going to do cocaine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, they were really trying to shelter me from. But yeah, I would have loved to have, like, can you imagine? I would have traveled everywhere. I would have made different connections, different circle of friends. It would have been a different life.
Yeah.
Completely different life. Not to say that like I'm going to get famous off of it. No, but it's just you're exposed to something completely different.
Yeah, it's a different world.
So I would have for sure done that.
Yeah.
I would have for sure pushed, if not that, because I was still kind of on the fence with that, just because I didn't know anything about entertainment. And I was just like, at that point in my life, I just wanted to get out. And I was trying to look for any avenue to get out and be able to make it on my own without having to save for years to then finally move out. So I was really trying to get creative and resourceful with just getting my hands on any taste of freedom that I possibly could.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of on the fence for that. But then with the Japan one, I really, really, really wanted to do that.
So when you went to Japan the first time, were you like, yes, this is the place I wanted to be? Were you excited about it?
No, because I didn't want to go because I wanted to visit Japan. Like I did, but I think the majority of my inclination and my desire to be there is just to get away.
So it could have been anywhere.
It could have been anywhere.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it could have been anywhere. I think
would out of state have been considered studied abroad too, or no? You want to be in a different country,
I wanted to be in a different country.
like a non-English speaking country, huh?
Yeah.
Probably non-English and non-Spanish speaking country, huh?
My dream, Spanish I would have liked.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't that good at Spanish, and I wanted to brush up on more Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So I would have liked anything Spanish speaking. My heart always loved Paris. That's why we went to Paris the first time we could go anywhere when we first got together.
Yeah.
That was my dream, to visit Paris.
Yeah.
But I just didn't imagine it being a study abroad out there for some odd reason. I just saw that a lot of programs were going into Japan. So I'm like, oh shit, then they must have a well-oiled machine. Like a lot of people go and they come back and they don't have any bad experiences. So that tells me a lot. Like you didn't really hear it too much at that time, at least like in like the early 2000s, that people were going to France to teach English. Like, yes, it happens, but it just wasn't as popular as it was to go to Japan.
Yeah. There's study abroad programs that literally go everywhere.
Yeah, you can go everywhere. I just didn't know about that. But yeah, I would have done that. And I think if I would have done that, I don't think I would have met any of you guys. My life would have been completely different.
You think you would have just stayed there and lived there?
I think so.
Oh, you were like, I'm down to teach English there?
Yeah, that was my get out of jail card, to teach English.
Wow. But knowing who you are now, right? Like you're like pretty like suburby type person. You don't like congested cities. You think you would still be able to live over there?
I think so, because it's a different experience when you're doing that when you're a teenager still, or like in your early 20s.
Do you think it would have molded your tastes?
Absolutely. 100%. I think I would have been a completely different person.
I see.
I would have been completely different. But what was your question?
Because like, now the Geo that I know now.
Oh, the suburb part.
Yeah, you're a suburbs, be in a quiet place where it's like super slow. So Japan is almost the complete opposite of that.
Well, it depends what part of Japan you're talking about.
True. So I was just thinking, like if you were to move to the city, and if Japan like Tokyo, it's nuts,
Well, it's different because I am very introverted, but when I find my clique, I'm not introverted with them and I'm down to do any adventures. Like, how many cool shit have we done? Like 2
as
a group?
I'm just kidding. Ton of shit.
Yeah, we've traveled everywhere. We've done a bunch of shit. Like, we've gone touring. We've done a bunch of shit there. We've tried so many different things. Like, I enjoy a lot of stimulus with the people that I like. So if I would have made my friends out there, then yeah, I think I would have lived a regular 20-year-old lifestyle where it's like I teach or I'm working and then I have a nightlife. I don't think I would have dabbled in that for too long, just because that's just not my personality type. Like, I'm not very like sorority chick, like let's party, like my whole life revolves around a party or like a social thing.
Yeah.
But I think I would have been able to live in a city for a little bit because I'm young.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, it's like we've lived such a rich and like fast-paced life that it's like I need to remove myself from that speed to like recharge my batteries.
I see.
But like teaching English, I mean, that's not that crazy. I'm assuming.
No, I see.
What about you?
Let's see. What would be the first thing that I date back to?
Oh, and I don't know if I would have got married.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It
Why
is a big
not?
one. I never.
Did I make you want to marry someone?
Did you make me? You made me believe in love, but you didn't make me want to marry someone. I was already settling.
Tell me more.
The settling part, or which
No.
part? Oh.
The how I made you believe in love.
I told you when I met you, I was just like, holy fuck, this guy's my soulmate.
Oh.
Yeah. And just
And you never met another soulmate before that?
no.
Okay.
You're funny.
Rest my case, Your Honor.
Rest your case, fine. And it makes me sad to think that I don't think I would have. But who knows, right? Like how many soulmates are you supposed to have?
There's one in every city, from what I hear.
Right?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. How many soulmates have you had?
I'm not gonna tell you go.
Fine.
I'm not gonna tell you a number.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna introduce our first sponsor actually before I get into anything else. Let's do that first.
Okay. Shout outs to our sponsor, Ancestry Health. I just submitted my saliva sample, so I can't wait to get my results back. And what I like about these guys is, when you go to the doctor, a lot of it is very conversational where they're like, does anyone in your family have asthma or breast cancer?
And you might not even know that answer.
You don't know. And then so they're just writing your medical records based off of hearsay of what maybe your mom told you, what you know. And so you don't really know how you are. And until something pops up, like I found I had eczema like randomly when I was like 36. I'm like, oh, wait, I had eczema. And then so my dermatologist like, well, that means your mom also has eczema. So she could have been dealing with something that could have helped her, could have helped me. And then now me knowing that, it's prone to, I know that I can help Taika and even prevent some of these things. So as a parent, I really like Ancestry Health because if I can get the blueprints to how my health is and know my family health record, I can be that much more attentive to my kids. And that's why I freaking love Ancestry Health. And like I said, it's really easy. You just spit into the saliva thing, you send it in, and then they'll do their full assessment.
Yeah, and it gets emailed to you, and then you have complete access to it because there's an app, and you can just check up on it because it's constantly updating.
And now when you go see a doctor and they ask you these questions, you don't have to go, I think I do.
That's me.
So with Ancestry Health, they have the most advanced genetic testing technology called next generation sequencing. And Ancestry Health now looks at more places in your DNA, more than 23andMe, and giving better odds of determining that you're at lower genetic risk for some of the most commonly inherited conditions, which is very, very important. And your inherited health risks don't have to stay unknown. Learn if you're at lower or higher risk for some of the commonly inherited conditions linked to breast cancer, colon cancer, and heart disease in Ancestry Health. And knowing these things, you can help make life choices that help stray you further away from it and not have to get there when it's too late or have to be on medication. So I freaking love this. Anything that's going to make your life better and those around you, I'm super for it. So find out what your DNA says about your genetic risk with Ancestry Health. Head to the URL ancestry.com/Bell, BEAW. That's BEAW as our podcast. Go to ancestry.com/Bell to get yours today.
And we're back. And I've mentioned this to you multiple times, and you know this about me, but at that age, I just didn't believe in love at first sight. I didn't believe in falling in love. I didn't believe in any of that shit.
Yeah.
I was so focused on getting my freedom, my independence, and just starting my career because that was going to equal financial freedom.
Yeah.
Which was going to equal me leaving.
Yeah. Your final independence.
That was my number one goal. Is
you becoming the person you need to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just me fucking spreading my wings and flying. That's all I ever wanted to do when I lived at home.
Yeah.
So considering that, marriage was just going to be a distraction because it's like what I knew of marriage was like you're pretty much giving up your life. You give up your life, you get a house, so now you have bills to pay, and then you have kids, so now your life is completely over.
Which is very true.
No, it's not.
Well, you don't give up your life, but you give up your life for a new life.
Yes.
And there is a giant compromise.
But that's in anything.
Very true.
That's the same thing when you get in a relationship.
Yeah.
So because I had that mindset.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just the truth.
Yeah. But because I had that mindset, getting into a long-term relationship that was going to lead to something super serious, I just was trying to steer clear of. I'm like, I don't want that. So that's why I think I wouldn't have got married.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Sorry. Go.
I think for me, when's the first pivotal moment? The first.
Was it boot camp? Was
No,
it
it might even
military
be
school?
like, it might even have been like an elementary school.
Whoa.
Where it was like kung fu. That was very impactful in my life, and it was like one of the first hobbies I've ever had.
But how do you control that? You had no control.
So there was a part where my Sifu wanted me to compete with his team in China, right? Now, I would have been probably one of the youngest guys that ever did it, but he saw something in me. My dad was 100% you have to go. There's this Chinese phrase where it's 10,000 miles trumps 10,000.
10,000 miles. Okay, anyway.
What song is that?
I don't know.
10,000 miles traveled is better than 10,000 books read.
Yep.
So that's
I
like,
agree.
so my dad was harping on that. Like, if he sees the world, it will open his mind, you know? And then my mom's always like, oh, what about the school? What about, and that's where he came up with that, where it's like, fuck school. That's just books. Like, you read books anytime. Like,
Yes. Your dad's so wise.
Yeah, experiences, you can't replace them.
Yeah.
And my mom was also worried, like, oh, he's going to be the only kid. And he was like, there's plenty of adults on the trip. Like, or one of us can go. Like, just, you know, there's so many solutions.
Wow, your dad's so solution based. I love it.
Yeah. And so my mom didn't want me to. But ultimately, and they're fighting over it. They're already divorced too. So technically my mom has slightly more say because she is the official guardian. But I think because I was kind of lost in the middle, I ended up not going. But I think if I also jumped on board and I really pushed. You
didn't go because your mom didn't allow it, or because you were convinced by your mom not to go? So you were like, okay, I guess you're right.
She didn't allow it because I also didn't push hard enough. So
How old are you?
I think I was 10.
How hard can you push as a 10-year-old?
If I really believed in it, like I've heard of kids straight up dictating what school they want to go to or what junior high they want to apply to.
That would have never worked with my parents ever.
Well, I don't know. I've also heard of kids doing that, and then they're like, "Okay, you did all the research. Let's go." Like I've heard of 10-year-olds bringing home the admissions packet to the junior high they want to go to and the reasons why they want to go there, and they fly out of state to go there to actually tour the school because of how convincing.
Yeah, but these kids also had internet growing up, so it's a lot easier.
One of these kids that I know had no internet, and they found brochures somehow. But anyways, I think
fuck what I just said. I sucked as a kid.
Yeah, so I think if I would have pushed a little bit harder, I think maybe, you know. So I think that's my first decision. My second one is probably.
Wait, so let's say we let's entertain that.
Yeah.
So then you go and you join, you go and you fly out to China.
Yeah.
What could have happened there?
Who knows? I think that would have opened up my eyes to what the ceiling is, and maybe I would have gone into stunts, action movies.
But how do you go into that when your parents were so adamant about what career and like, that's what I mean by you had no control.
Well, I think there's always control up to a certain extent, and I think it's about
as a kid over your parents.
Oh yeah, that's how the greatest rock stars are made.
Okay.
The best rock stars are the ones where the parents are straight up controlling them, and then they're like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go do drugs. We're not
gonna take it."
Like Michael Jackson, Prince, like they're all like Jehovah's Witnesses, some of the most strictest families and cultures that you can think of, and then they're like, "I'm breaking out of this mold, and I'm gonna wear high heels." You know, like it's like
R.I.P. Prince.
I think it's always gonna be a battle. And no matter how much your parents control you, even though you think you're a child, you actually have just as much power to push back.
Fuck, man, because I pushed fucking hard
but
and nothing happened.
You just have to accept the consequences. That's all I'm saying.
I fucking pushed and they were not convinced.
Well, you didn't push hard. Did you?
I fucking pushed.
Did you leave the house for 3 months and they don't even know where the hell you are?
I could never do that to my mom.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So you didn't push hard. I'm not saying pushing is always positive ways. Sometimes pushing involves negative ways. I'm just saying you didn't push hard enough.
Okay.
Right?
That's right, because I ended up moving out because I pushed hard enough in a negative way.
And there's irresponsible ways of pushing too.
True.
And I'm not saying bad or good. I'm just talking about facts right now.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So, for me, I think that would have been the first. And I think that would have opened up my eyes to like a world of, because I loved Kung Fu. Like I really loved it. I would have maybe, who knows, opened up a Kung Fu school. Or I could have gotten into movies, or gotten
I know
into
a couple
stunts.
too. You just opened up my mind to some other ones, but keep going.
Yeah, like I could have got like, you know, just done
a lot. Yeah,
or maybe I would even became like a acupuncturist.
What the fuck? How did you get there?
So my Sifu, I think Chinese Kung Fu is very holistic. It's not just about combat. it's like 20%, maybe like 30% is about combat. 30% is actually about just fitness and health and wellness and being like a good centered and character. And the other part of it's about building character. And another part of it is about like your health and like pressure points and stuff like that. And then so like my Sifu had like ginseng stuff and like, just he was almost like a part-time like Chinese pharmacist at the same time. So I think, who knows, I would have just gotten more into the Chinese like holistic arts part of it,
Oh, we would have never met.
Yeah, we would never met. And then, I don't know, maybe I would have loved it so much and done that. There's so many different routes. What were you going to say? What did it remind you of?
So when you were talking about that and being exposed to more possibilities within the Kung Fu space,
Yeah.
it reminded me how passionate I was about dance.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I would have. So if I wasn't crushed by the death of my ballet teacher's death, because that really fucking killed me, because she was such a sweet lady,
Yeah,
and like
you only wanted to learn through her.
She really inspired and motivated me so much. Yeah, that I only wanted to learn from her. And I think the way that it was told to me was in such a cold way. As a kid, that was the first death I had ever experienced.
Was she old?
She was old. Yeah, she was like in her 80s. She was really, really old. Like her hands were all like, when they're not straight anymore? Like
Yeah.
She had arthritis.
Yeah.
She was so elegant and so beautiful. And she was just such a like positive light. Yeah, so the way it was, the news was delivered to me was by like over the phone, and it was just kind of harsh. Like the same way I heard about my dad's passing. Like it was just like a really fucked up way to tell somebody.
Who told you?
My mom's coworker at the time, because her daughter was also in it with us.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I want you to know that she's just dead." And it was just so cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "God damn." And I was just on the phone, and she goes, "Can I talk to your mom?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." Like it was pretty bad. But if I would have just been like, damn, that sucks, my heart hurts or whatever, but then found another teacher, I think I would have probably ended up being like a professional dancer. So that's one of the ones. And again, I wouldn't have met you.
And by dance, you're talking about ballet specifically?
Specifically ballet, yeah.
I see.
I really loved ballet. I really, really loved it.
I love ballerinas.
Fine. So I would have ended up doing that. And I started dancing. I've always danced my whole life. But ballet specifically, I started when I was, I want to say, before I had braces. So I was probably like 8 or 9. So I was really young. I was probably 4th grade going into 5th grade. Yeah, I think I was a 4th grader.
I started Kung Fu when I was like maybe 5 or 6. And I liked it. This is how you know how much I liked it. That was like my skateboarding. I would go in the backyard and just practice forms and kicks and like.
Oh, wow. You really loved it.
Yeah, and I'd be creative with it. So like I was taught forms. And then in the middle of it, I would just make up my own forms. Like I'm like, oh, cool. Like that's a cool move. Like almost treat it like kind of like dance, like break dancing. So instead of just doing the forms, I'm like, well, what if I mix these two forms together? Like these two animal shapes together.
How cool. You probably invented a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ones that I just remembered. The second one, I actually have 3. The second one that would have changed my life is pursuing volleyball. Because I after ballet and dance, volleyball became the next passion of mine. And I was so passionate about it. And I really, 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 really loved it. But remember, because I was so focused on being independent.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
Yeah, that when I was able to play at a university level, because I did play at JC level, I was able to play at a university level. It was either you go to school full time so that you can finish and you can start your career so you can start making money so that you gain your independence. Or you don't go full time, you stay in college a little bit longer, but you can only play for an additional 2 years, because when it comes to athletics in a university or college level, you can only play for 4 years.
Yeah.
Technically, you can play a little bit longer if you redshirt it. Like if you have if you break your leg or something, you sit that season out, and you can't play it, but you're still practicing.
Yeah.
And you can play the following year when you're better.
Yeah.
So that was, and then the other option was, so yeah, stay in school longer, don't get the freedom that you want, or it's like you do full-time athletics, you do full-time school, but you can't work full-time now. So again, the money, I don't get my dependents. So then I ended up going with full-time students. I can finish, get the fuck out, get my degree, and working full-time so that I can get my money and then get the fuck out.
So if you would have done it the other way, it would just be full-time, like student athlete.
For sure, I would have been student athlete, but I was paying my own way for everything.
Yeah.
But looking back at it now.
Did you get any scholarships since you played in high school? Or did you even know how to apply to college?
I didn't know any of that. I didn't know any of that existed.
So you didn't even know you can apply like
no idea.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I just got scouted and I didn't even know what that meant. Like I didn't even pursue it that far. They were just like,
who scouted you?
In high school I was scouted.
By who?
A coach.
Oh, the high school coach scouted you.
College coach scouted me in high school.
Which college?
ELAC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was scouted at that point.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that shit happened. I was just at a game. I just was playing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I was going to go there anyway. Like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything else.
Oh.
And then it happened again for Cal State LA. And then I didn't pursue that either because I'm like, well, this isn't I'm not trying to make this my goal or my dream. I had no idea.
You're not trying to be a professional volleyball player.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe you could have been.
I could have been. Exactly. So that was another one. And then the final one that I can think of before meeting you was when I was interning at Universal Music. Like I love fucking music. I love that whole space.
Yeah.
And I just didn't pursue that. Because again,
Why?
I was like,
you're just seeking the independence because you weren't getting paid.
Yeah. Because I'm like, how long is it going to take me to get the money that I need?
That's true. And those internships, who knows?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not here to fuck around. Like that was my goal, to gain financial freedom and independence. And all of these things were just noise. But now looking back, I'm like, fuck, I could have done that. Not that I regret it, because I really don't. Because, yeah, who knows when I would have got my independence? Who knows if I would have gotten the insight or the balls to like want to stand up to my parents and finally be like, yo, I'm moving out.
Would you say like from those three, like, would you say that the lesson learned is to chase not the money, but chase the dream?
Well, my dream was independence. And I chased it and I got it. And that was the best decision I could have ever made.
Okay, so you're very happy with.
Yeah, I was very happy. But when given the opportunity to entertain pursuing one of those passions that I had, then that's when this hypothetical happens.
Oh, I see.
But that's why I don't regret anything, because I'm like, that was my eye was on the prize and I got it.
You got what you wanted. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after Kung Fu, the next thing I think is
Or you know what? Think about it for a little bit.
Okay.
I want to introduce our next sponsor.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm so happy to be talking about our next sponsor, Best Fiends. You guys know I talk about them all the time because I'm literally playing this game all the time at night. And they call this app or this game, they call it the boredom's worst nightmare, because it's just so entertaining. So like
when boredom sees this game, they run away.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just so entertaining. It's fun for the entire family. You don't need to play online. So I always play it when I'm on the airplane, especially when I have like a short flight. There's no Wi-Fi. I'm like, well, what else am I going to do? Oh yeah, it's time to party. I put on Best Fiends. I'm on level 460 something. I'm actually kind of stuck right now. Like there's this one where you have to.
It's really hard now.
Yes, you have to. I can't even explain it. It's just so cute, but it really stimulates your brain in a way where I feel like I'm exercising my mind.
What's funny too is it's so intriguing and stimulating that you're playing that I'm just watching you play.
Yeah, because the graphics are so cute. So it's super bright, super colorful, very happy. So there are these slugs.
It's feel good.
It's very feel good, but these stupid slugs, they come into your garden and they're killing all your crops and your pretty flowers, and they're like throwing their nasty slime juices on it, and you collect all your best fiends, which are your friends, and there are these different bugs that all possess different powers, and like you use them whenever there's a specific slug that you want to kill. So yeah, you select your fighter. You know what I mean? Like those video games where like the fighter's like bouncing. It's like pick your fighter. You pick your fighter because they all have different powers. And the more levels you pass, the more of these friends you collect. I absolutely love it, you guys. You can even tell just by the way I talk about it. And it's fun for the whole family, like I said. It's super cute. It's constantly, the scenery is constantly changing. So there's no level that you're playing that you're like, wait, it's just the same thing over and over and over again.
Already.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's constantly getting updated. There's even seasonal ones. Like it's the cutest game ever. I highly recommend it, you guys. Like I said, it's boredom's worst nightmare. So once you're done watching all your watch list shows and there's nothing else to watch, jump on Best Fiends. And I just want to tell you, you're going to thank me later. So make sure to download Best Fiends for free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. It's Best Fiends. So don't skip out on this. Get it. You're not going to regret it. And have a good time. And we're back.
The next one is
nice. It came to you.
Yeah, I don't think I could have stopped any of like me getting kicked out of schools because half the time I don't even know how I got there. I just keep getting in trouble.
Okay.
But I think the next big thing that I didn't push hard enough on was playing drums.
Oh yeah, that's a big one
so
for you.
I was really good in high school, and because I started playing in elementary school, and I got really good in high school. I learned how to play a drum set. I also played on the drum line. I had a couple of solos that the teacher wrote for me because he knew I was also good. And
is a solo a big deal? Like only the best of the best can have a solo?
Yeah, only the best of the best get solos.
The same thing for ballet. If you have a solo, that means you're really good. And I had one solo.
Yeah, because you got to carry the entire that portion of the piece by yourself.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, it's got to be good.
Solo team.
McKinney. So yeah, I had multiple solos, and
I only had one.
yeah, and then so I heard about Berkeley School of Music. I thought it was really cool that there's like, it's crazy. Like you only can make choices based off what you know, right?
Yeah.
So now, like as I got older, I started to understand when they say knowledge is power, because you have the power to control your life. But and when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I'm like, what do you mean knowledge is power? Power is when you put a gun to someone's face and someone do this,
Power is power.
But now I understand that knowledge is power because you have the choice to control your life. Like, for example, there's so many ways you could have gotten a scholarship where you don't have to worry about the money. One, you could have applied and get scholarships. Two, there's a thing called walk-ons that you probably didn't even know at the time, where you know what walk-ons are now? Mm-mm. So obviously if you're hella good, right? Like you're the next Jordan. Colleges, you see in the movies all the time, they come to you. Those coaches from their respective states fly to you, and they wine and they dine you. They tell you how cool their school is. They get you to go over to their school, check out their team, and all that stuff. It's almost like the warm-up version of how like the Bulls or whatever would, right? And some of these kids, they even get a car. Hey, come play for University of Connecticut. We'll get your car. We'll get your apartment like this. All the legal things that they can, loopholes, they'll try to stretch it. And that's a normal scholarship player, or if you're a star player. And then there's regular scholarship players that, you're good enough to be a part of my team because I want UCLA to win. So they gave you that. Then you have walk-ons. Walk-ons are the people that didn't get scouted. And sometimes it's because they aren't good enough. Or sometimes it's just because they just fell through the cracks somehow. They just didn't get the attention of people.
Or maybe they were competing when a Jordan was competing. So why would they look at them?
Yeah, but they're still just as good, right? So the walk-on they would just apply to the school they want to get into academically. And when the season's about to start, they go there and they try out with the team. So you can try out with any team, UCLA, USC, whatever, NYU, you go and you try out, and if you're good enough, you're not going to be a scholarship player, meaning meaning you still have to pay your own tuition, but you're good enough to be on the team.
Yeah.
And sometimes once you're good enough and you're enough of an asset, you can convert to scholarship status. You could talk to the coach because you develop a relationship. Hey, I can't actually afford to be here. Can you help me make me a scholarship player? And the coach can go to admissions for budgeting and figure all that stuff out, right? But people don't even know these things. So if you don't know these things, you can only make decisions within your control. So for you, it was like, I just need to get a job and all that, right?
Yeah, I didn't even look into I didn't take my SATs. I didn't even look into other colleges because I'm like, my parents said I can't even go out of state. So I have to stick close to home. So it was ELAC and Cal State. That's it.
Like if you would have supportive parents, you know what the parents do to help the kids get scholarships now? This is very normal. They film every game. I film the game. I get a highlight clip of you made while you're playing in high school. I have this ready. And then I make sure you get your SATs, and we get your grades, your SATs, and your highlight tape. And we look up all the schools that you think you'd be able to get into and competitive, and there'll probably be 10 to 20 schools. And we send this tape out to everybody. And that's how people get scouted.
That's awesome.
So if the coaches don't come to you, you come to them. Wow. So that's stuff that I learned later on, just by meeting and talking to people in college. But for me, I think Berkeley, it was just like, oh, cool, it's school. And that's kind of like the ceiling that I knew. Oh, cool, there's a school for music. And then that's it. And then my mom was like, what are you going to do after? I'm like, that's true. I just knew the one step ahead, And so because of that, because of my knowledge was limited, I didn't know step 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't know you can.
But that's your parents' job to teach you that. It's not meant for you to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, but I think it's just I think people that really want something though, they're not gonna wait for the circumstances to come to them.
Yeah.
You know, like Rob Dyrdek, he was a pro skater when he's 13.
You're right.
He didn't wait until his parents taught him how to get sponsored. He's like, I'm just gonna skate all the time, and then I'm gonna figure it out, right?
Yeah, because that's what I did when I wanted to go to Japan. That's what I did when I wanted to get on the show. That's what I did when I wanted to move out. Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're just like these little kids that like pro surfers. They're like, hey, if you're not gonna give me a sponsorship, I'm just gonna keep coming to your surf shop every day. So I'm gonna bug the shit out of you. You might as well give me a free surfboard.
Yeah.
And they get good enough to get to the next level, and then they earn their own way, right? So I think for me, that's what I think I should have done is like, okay, oh yeah, that is a good question. What do I do? And then, oh wait, what? I could be a music producer. Oh wait, what? I could also be a teacher. I could do like, oh, I can help like maybe write scores for plays, for movies. I could be the next like Christopher Nolan. There's so many things you can that opens it up. I could be a session drummer. If JC needs live drums on a track, I could do that. You know, there's so many things that I can do that I didn't know about. So when my mom hit me with that question, because I wasn't as passionate or confident about it, I'm like, oh, you're right. You know, so I think that's one thing that I would have done, and that would have completely took me like another route.
What about singing? You were really passionate about singing. I remember me and you, we had a heart to heart before we got together.
Yeah.
And you were telling me, I think we were talking via AIM or some shit.
Yeah.
And you were just talking about how like you hate that you're forced to study like biochem and focus on being a doctor because you hate being a doctor. And I remember I was like, wow, Bart's actually pretty deep.
Bikini. Yeah, I actually love melodies. And, so let's rewind that then. I think I would have stuck to piano more.
Where did the piano come in? You never even played it.
I played piano when I was in 1st or 2nd grade, like the Chinese style. So I hated it, obviously.
Just the black keys?
no, like the militant style where you're playing like, where they give you some bullshit classical piece.
Because you're always talking about the black keys.
Oh, yeah. Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding. No, it's like the where they give you like, you know, the most bullshit classical shit that you don't give a fuck about. Like you want to play some pop music. Yeah, it's
I love fucking Furley's. Don't knock it.
I'm like, what the fuck? Let me play some fucking you know, like let me play some real shit. But I actually really love melodies, and that's what leads me to singing, because I like singing because it's not percussive. There's melodies and stuff. So yeah, I think I would have done that. And then in elementary school, I just knew how poor we were. So although my heart gravitated towards trumpet and saxophone, and I just saw the price, I'm like, $500.
You couldn't rent it? I rented my flute.
I didn't want to rent it.
Why, you bougie bitch?
When I could just buy like $5 drumsticks. I don't know. I just want to rent it.
Well, guess who didn't play trumpet? But I was poor too.
Yeah, I played drums because it was like a $20 pad, $5 sticks. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll play that. I just wanted to be in the band. But yeah, I think rewinding all of that, I would have chose an instrument that had melodies, and then probably would have stuck to piano more.
You would have been so cool fucking playing the trumpet and then fucking cleaning the spit valve and then just fucking coming out. Ugh.
That is not cool. That is nasty.
That is nasty. Flute didn't do that.
You don't have a spit valve? Oh yeah, because you're technically not blowing straight into it. You're blowing over the hole.
No, you're blowing into the hole, but at the end of it, like it's hollow on the inside.
But you're blowing like, you're not.
Yeah.
You're blowing over the hole.
Yeah.
You're not blowing into the hole.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. So that would have been it.
Would you have gotten married? Was marriage always in the cards for you?
Always.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
what about kids?
Kids and marriage was always in the cards.
Oh shit.
I always knew I wanted that. Because I think that's what I didn't have, you know? Like my parents got divorced when I was 6. Didn't have any brothers and sisters. So like that warm 90s movie household, or just my households across the street, or all of my mom's friends' house. Literally everybody's household had it besides me. Like I'd go home and it's like, where's your dad? Oh, where's your dad? Where your dad doesn't live here? Oh no, my dad doesn't live here. Why not? Oh, they got divorced. What's that? Oh, it's when they don't work out. Why don't they work out?
Like, oh God, shut the fuck up, Tommy. Shut the fuck up, little Tommy. Mind your own business.
Yeah, I don't know. They go in the house and like,
I know, they don't mean well.
Wow, you live with a lot of family. I'm like, oh, they're just renting the rooms.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So much explanation.
My whole life was just explanation.
Bart, what kind of name is that?
Barton. Hey, Barton, why'd you invent your... Oh, my dad doesn't speak English very well, so he invented some stupid ass name. Yeah, so my whole life was a lot of explanation.
How many kids did you want?
I think I wanted 5.
What the fuck?
But that's also like, you know, when
I wanted 4 at
when
one
you're
point.
young and you don't understand like how much work it takes, and then also in the modern society where every single business guru, it's like, what's your hustle and your side hustle? Those are 2 kids already, you know, like. So
We should name our next kid Side Hustle.
side hustle. Yeah, so there's
Taika and Side Hustle.
the days of like, unless you have like a 9 to 5 where you can clock in, clock out mentally, like not even just hourly, but the mentally part. I think it's tough to have a bunch of kids. It's tough, or the whole team. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
But I wanted 5, and I wanted that super cuny like family experience. That's always what I wanted because I never had it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cutie. Yeah, our lives would have been so different.
Yeah, and then moving on to probably high school. Obviously, I didn't have any control over me getting kicked out of school just because I think I
You
was.
literally had control over that. What the fuck are you talking about? You're the only one that got yourself in trouble.
Yeah, but it's hard to say like, oh, I wouldn't have got kicked out of school because I would have just done the same things. Like it's not something that like. I guess the way to look at it, it's what's the word? Like I didn't know those were going to be the consequences of my actions. You know what I mean?
I mean, but you got in trouble so many times, and the consequences were usually close behind.
Yeah.
Why didn't you learn your lesson?
Yeah, maybe the first step is, but I also enjoyed getting kicked out, you know? So I don't know if I would change that. I enjoyed getting kicked out because my life was so like suffocated and controlled. It was kind of nice being forced to break out of where I was at and then be put in another environment.
So
and
it
be
was
put in
really
another
out of your
environment.
control.
Yeah, so I think I enjoyed like growing up in one school and then not vibing with that school and then coming all the way over to like the 626 and then going all the way over to San Diego and then back to the 626. Like it was kind of nice to get a change of pace.
Cool. I'm glad you see it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely glad it ended up the way that it did. Well, I mean, who's to say, right? My life could have been better or worse.
Impossible with me. Impossible.
Sure. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think I would do good in anything that I do. I just have that. I just have that much confidence in myself that regardless of what I'm doing, I'm going to be doing what it is that I want to be doing.
Yeah. I think I have that too. I think just the feelings of not maximizing those situations help me now because I also don't really live life with regret. I think everything happens for a reason. If you find the right reason, if you don't know how to utilize that reason,
Right,
you're gonna be like, why me?
Yeah.
So for me, like me being able to find meaning in those reasons and being able to apply it to my future and also help pass that on to Taika Malaika.
Mainly Taika for sure.
It helps out a lot. Like, you know, if he wants to study abroad or even if he's one of those
Yeah,
crazy
go
ass
away.
like 10-year-olds that's like, hey mom, this is what school I want to go to. I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
shit. All right.
Let's
you know,
do it.
I would like when he's talking to me and I feel sincerity, I'm always going to try to entertain him as
Yeah.
if he's a equal person, not like the Asian way where it's like, what do you know, you stupid
Right.
asshole.
I think
mean,
one
you
thing
stupid
that-
like subordinate.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I was raised too, where it's like your parents are up here, you're trash. Everyone else that's older than you, that's like an uncle or just someone like a friend, they're above you. You're trash. And I didn't like that. I just felt so disrespected even as like a little kid that now I subconsciously like, okay, so for example, my mom was yesterday, Taika wanted his rocket. You know that rocket that the king just got him?
The big cardboard one?
Yeah, so he had this big cardboard rocket. I couldn't pull because it's in the garage right now because we're staging our house because we're gonna move. So it was in the garage. I was gonna pull it in because he wanted to play with it, and then I was like, "Oh man, it doesn't fit." And then my mom's like, "Yeah, Taika, you see, it's broken. You can't play with it anymore. It's broken." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to lie to him. I'm just gonna tell him it doesn't fit, and he just has to wait until I have time to move it around." Because I grew up with, and these are just little white lies. But when you get older, at least for me, when I got older and I understood that it was a little white lie, I'm like, why did you lie to me? Just tell me the truth, you know? And I hated that. So I think I respect Taika enough to be like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to give it to you straight up. You decide what you're going to do with that information.
Yeah, it's tough because I think like as a parent, you have so much on your mind. So you just want things to go your way. So it's easy to just go like that, right? And then so I think for me, like I catch myself too. Like let's say I'm outside playing with him, or I'm outside even cleaning, for example, right? And then he goes, Papa, I want to throw these things in the pool. I'm like, no, don't throw in the pool. And then he's like, why? And sometimes I'm actually happy he asked why. Because I'm like, oh yeah, am I limiting his experience right now just for my own convenience? I'm like, you know what, go play with it in the pool. I'm gonna throw it in the pool.
I do that too.
I'm gonna throw it in the pool. I'm like, it's just gonna take me 10 seconds to scoop everything back up.
I'm like, you can throw in the pool, you have to clean it up.
Oh yeah, that's good too. But that helped. Like, I think I'm glad I'm able to catch myself.
That's good.
Because I can see where, all the parents that do the white lies and all the other stuff, I can see where it's coming from.
It's coming from a good place.
Because they got
and a
so
place,
much shit
exactly.
on. I gotta go make dinner. Then I gotta go do this. We gotta go do this. So
we
like,
don't have time,
so
motherfucker.
if we're gonna do this right now, I can see the can of worms that's gonna open up. But I'm glad that I'm able to kind of catch myself sometimes. And
Yeah.
like, wait, I don't want to take this away from him.
Yeah, I like that we both do that. That we can look back retrospectively and learn from that, and then take the good and then apply it with how we parent Taika. I really like that. I think we're pretty awesome parents.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're not perfect
Well,
parents.
you better pay my bills
at all.
later. We're freaking giving all them get them all his goodness.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Our parents did a great job with us, where we can't wait to take care of
I
them.
can't wait till he busts a Timothy Delgado and pay off my house.
Yes, Taika, you hear that?
I'm gonna purposely pull like one of those like 0% loans with like the interest only loans, because I'm waiting for him to pay off my house.
That's tight.
And then when he does, he goes, Dad, I'm gonna pay off your house. How much do you owe on your house still? I'm like 90%. He's like, what the hell? How the hell did that happen? I've been waiting for this moment. I've only been paying interest for the past 30 years.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, oh shit, damn it.
I have all this debt.
Yeah, because usually it's like, I'll pay off your house, and like all it takes is maybe like, I don't know, 10%, 20%, because their parents are responsible. No, I'm only paying interest only. I'm gonna get one of those crazy ass mortgages that's like fluctuating with the market the whole time. When it's time for him to pay, he's gonna pay 90% of the house. Make it hard for him.
Fuck yeah. You hear that, Taika? You're fucked.
You're fucked, buddy.
You're so fucked. But this is an awesome topic. I really liked entertaining that, because it started bringing back all these old memories that I had forgotten, like all these past lives that I had that I completely forgot about. It was awesome. Super cool question. Thank you so much. Anything else you would like to add?
Never.
Fuck. All right. Well, I definitely want to say thank you to our sponsors.
Shout outs to Ancestry Health. Find out what your DNA says about your genetic risk with Ancestry Health. Head to the URL ancestry.com/Beaw. BEAW.
And shout outs to Best Fiends. Make sure to download Best Fiends for free today at the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
And don't forget to check out barbellbrigade.com. We just dropped our new Dominate Humbly collection. Hoodies, tees, lightweight hoodies, joggers, you name it. We got you covered. Winter's around the corner, and we're going to keep you warm. And also, if you need to increase your performance and feel better about yourself, we have a full line of supplements. Make sure you go check that out. See you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.